Ladies and gents, we have got a massive transfer update this afternoon. Manchester United and Arsenal prepared to battle it out for Viktor Gyokeres. Kaisedo is on the verge of signing a new contract. Chelsea are happy with his progress in a Chelsea shirt and want to present him with a new deal. And Bruno Fernandez is wanted by Al Hilal. And they are saying that he is a key player in their project and they want to keep him. Some United fans actually want him gone, though. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts on all of the topics we will discuss. This Viktor Gyokeres one, I think, is going to be very, very, very interesting, especially if Manchester United win the Europa League. Make sure you also butcher that subscribe button. We're under 100 subs now from 52K. And about 90% of you who watch the content on a daily basis are not subscribed. So go down and hit that subscribe button. Now, I want to start with Kaisedo. This is the one that I think has got a lot of Chelsea fans very, very, very happy this morning. I think it was the Telegraph that put out Kaisedo is obviously enjoying his life at Chelsea, and there is a lot of people saying that he may sign a new deal before the end of the season or before the start of next season. When you look at Kaisedo this season, he's been one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. There's often a comparison between Declan Rice and a comparison between him and Kaisedo, but he's a fantastic footballer. He did win Chelsea's Player of the Year. They tweeted this out saying Moises Caicedo is your men's player of the season and the players' player of the season. You know, he's one of the rare £100 million plus signings that is worth every penny in my eyes. I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world. You know, Cole Palmer was singing his praises recently, and Fabrizio Romero has also come out and said Chelsea plan to open talks with Moises Caicedo's camp over a new deal, as they're very happy with the impact again this season. Negotiations have not started yet and will take some time as not urgent topic, but club plans to give Moises a new contract. And you think this season Jackson and Palmer have already signed new contracts. Do you guys think it will be another death row contract where he might be there for the next 8-9 years? You know, Kaisedo is, 22 years of age? 23, I think he might be now. His current deal at Chelsea since signing from Brighton back in 2023, his current deal expires June 30th. That can't be right. His current deal expires June 30th, 2031. So a new contract, I'm assuming it would literally just be a wage increase. As you can see there, joined 14th of August, 2023. Contract expires June 30th, 2031. I imagine that will just be a wage increase. Surely they can't extend that even more. You've got a Premier League midfielder there ready for the next decade. At the top of his game, one of the best in the league, worth every penny. In my opinion. Another interesting bit of news coming out. We'll get back to Man United in a second regarding their situation with their goalkeeper and Viktor Gyokeres. Julian Alvarez spoke to an Argentine or a Spanish outlet and said, I hope Cuti Romero will come to Atletico. He'd help us a lot. If you've ever seen a centre-back that fits Atletico Madrid more, it is Cuti Romero. It's a shame. You know, hopefully he will lift the Europa League with Spurs this season for our sake. But it's looking very, very likely that he is going to be leaving this summer. There's more and more traction from the stories being, gathering right now that, he wants out. He did an interview with ESPN Argentina at Tottenham's training ground saying that Spain is one of the locations he would like to play in. So let's just be brutally honest. I look at Cuti Romero in the way he plays. He's going to be playing under an Argentine manager, running through a wall for him. It just makes sense for him to join. It's a bit shit for us that it hasn't worked out. Bruno Fernandez, heavily linked to Al Hilal. Bruno Fernandez is a top target for the Saudis for already 2 years, last summer too, before he signed a new deal at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim considers Bruno as a key, crucial piece of his project and clearly doesn't want Bruno to leave. He is the only world-class player Manchester United have. He saves them time after time after time again, but he is 30 years of age now, you know. Al Hilal have genuine interest in Bruno Fernandez as one of their top targets this summer. Manchester United see Bruno as crucial player. Same for Ruben Amorim. No talks have started between clubs. No bid or club-to-club approach. Manchester United insist on clear plan to keep Bruno. Look, I look at Bruno Fernandez as a top player. I really, really do. I think he's everything Man United want and everything Man United need. There will come a point in I'd imagine, the next few years where he will slow down. I don't know when his current contract expires, but they'd be absolutely bonkers to sell him. They'd be absolutely bonkers. Yesterday, we did get a here we go from Arsenal. Jorginho set to join Flamengo, Brazilian side. Planned since January and deal set to be sealed for the midfielder who's leaving Arsenal in June. A 3-year deal until 2028 at Flamengo, verbally agreed. Jorginho has said yes, and there is a picture of him in the Flamengo kit. So that pretty much tells you that Arsenal are going to go in for a central midfielder. I believe that Jorginho was a good servant for Arsenal, but now they need to move on and get someone younger and get someone faster on the ball and just a better player at this moment in time in their career. Now, Viktor Gyokeres, Manchester United are prepared to battle Arsenal. Santi, who's a very good source, tweeted out yesterday, Man United's priority striker target is Viktor Gyokeres if they win the Europa League. And this is what I was saying. If Manchester United are playing Champions League football and they've already got a manager that he's played under in Ruben Amorim, and they bring in Cunha and they bring in a midfielder and they bring in another player, Man United will be a force next year. Maybe not challenging titles, but I think they will be a top 4 side. I still believe that he will be an Arsenal player in the summer. I do expect Arsenal to go in for him. You know, David Ornstein tweeted out on the 30th of March that he is there. He tweeted out saying, Arsenal are developing a strong interest in Viktor Gyokeres as possible striker signing. Andrea Berta is a firm admirer. There's also been reports coming out that I think it was Ben Jacobs may have said, I could be wrong on that Viktor Gyokeres has his camp have spoken to Andrea Berta. Expected to figure prominently among Arsenal's options, maybe more realistic than Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak, for me, is going to be £120 million. Alexander Isak is a top number 9. Viktor Gyokeres, of course, is a very good goal scorer, very good player, but does have an agreement to leave Sporting, a gentleman's agreement, a verbal agreement in place. I do personally think that I personally think that Viktor Gyokeres in an Arsenal shirt is a difference between them winning the league and between them, you know, them not winning the league. He is the difference. 40 goals this season, an absolute machine in and around the box, ticks all of the boxes possible for that Arsenal need. And if they bring in a left winger, if they bring in a creative midfielder, there's absolutely no reason why they can't go and win. The Premier League next season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Let me know your thoughts on Romero, Kaisedo, Bruno Fernandez staying at Manchester United, and where do you think Viktor Gyokeres will end up. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching. I am out.